Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United.
Remember the comment he made?
I got from Barnsley.
Run Ryan.
And everything, you have players out there.
I think the fellas were taking more serious.
What grade?
That one at the go.
Yes, because at the end of the day, right now, Manchester United are
Welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. I must see a smile on them faces now, fellas. I'm telling you. I'm looking so. Boy, earlier, I was always wondering, right? When it says you see the run to the bottom of the screen there, when that will be long in our favor. Because normally when we get ball and it's the other team, I don't put the goal scorers for the other team. It's only for we goal scorers. You understand? And it's a while since the runner was that long earlier. Rashford, Anthony, Garnacho, Ericsson. How we feeling, fellas? What's going on? I mean, we were very optimistic but careful after Saturday. You know, we saw a lot of positives, right? And the expectations were that we would come into this game, you know, and get the business done. We have been here before in the past, right? And we have messed it up many times, right? But we came here today and Manchester United punished our team all year. We punish Barnsley, right? We put them to the sword. We do all kind of thing with them, right? And it's feeling good. What we saying? What going on, Simeon?
I mean, it's nice. I mean, you know, you're not used to this. I mean, it's what, you know, we've been asking for, begging for, you know, to play a team that, you know, is not, you know, on our level. You know, I mean, they what side are they on? With League One? I mean, it's expected, but it's also appreciated. I mean, I'm not negative, but you know, we have to enjoy these games. You know, to watch a team go out there and show, you know, the qualities. I mean, I feel as a United fan, you know, we pay for this team. Like, even though it ain't really our money, it kind of is our money. You know, our money, our time. We know that the amount of, you know, I mean, basically, my salary we pay for those guys to go out there and perform well, and to see your money is well spent. At least once to see that, you know, your team is, you know, the deep on the field is actually sure that they're better than the other team by that margin, you know, is appreciated. You know, it's like, yeah, you guys should be winning, you know, 6-7-0 because, you know, you make, you know, 10 times more money than everybody else. You know, you play for Manchester United. The expectations are you go out there and you show them for us, you know, what the story is. And to finally see it happen, you know, it's a good feeling. I know it's not, you know, I see like we talk about, you know, Champions League and stuff, but today I don't care. My team they play well, they score goals. I'm happy, you know. I mean, we could think about what's going to happen later on, you know, as the games come up. But right now, I'm happy. I mean, we did the job.
Yeah. Lion, we always talking about, you know, you're seeing teams like Bayern Munich, when they get a chance, if they meet a team, you know, how much space is the equivalent to how much space is below Burnley after us. If teams like Bayern meet teams like that Real Madrid, they're putting them to the sword, and we always used to sit around and watch and say, what going on, Man United? You understand? How you feeling? We did.
Over the last few years, we would meet our opposition like that and have real problems. And no matter where they are in their league, they always give us problems. So today to see we hit a side 7, I'm pleased with that. We should have done more though, but I'm pleased with that. Yeah.
Chef, like a deep thought so that is a free night, but you don't think too hard on it.
You know, we often talk about the fear factor for Manchester United gone. You see games like today. That is how you get back your fear factor. You don't get back your fear factor from the top teams just so. But you see, teams lower, if you consider yourself a big club and teams lower than you, they're supposed to afraid to play you one, and they're supposed to afraid to play you even more in front of your home fans. So that cut us what them get today, that is what has been missing for years from Manchester United. So it was good to see that for 90 minutes we dominate a team that is lower than us in every possible way.
Yeah, yeah. Every single aspect of the football, we were better, and we
Yeah,
take control of the game. And I like what you said there, Chef, in terms of bringing back that fear factor. You had to the teams that you had to punish to make an example. You had
yeah,
to do it, and
yeah,
we wasn't doing that. It's how much years now we are doing that. I
yeah.
remember. I remember a couple of years ago, we played who it was by, and they beat we 2-1. And it was in Old Trafford. The commander beat we 2-1. Which was we played by? I can't remember. But and these are and teams were beginning to come here and expecting to get a result.
And no respect for us.
Yeah, no kind of respect. Sometimes I listen to Rio Ferdinand on 5, when I remember when he was talking to Nemanja Vidic and Evra, and they were saying it had so many teams they knew they defeated in the tunnel. You understand what I'm saying? But we had teams coming from all kind of League 3 and League 16 and fancying the chance at Old Trafford. No man, them days done. I hope them days done. And today was a real indicator that we have the ability and the capabilities all here to punish people. And that is all I want to see. You understand? We used to talk about missing chances, not being decisive, not being clinical. I think all of the above were ticked today. So I see Dixie and Bang on the inside. Good night. Thanks for joining. Glory,
Hey,
glory, Man
Dixie, good night,
United.
good night.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And guys, don't forget to like and share the podcast, right? We're on a nice little roll, A nice 3-0 is 3-0. How much we win against Southampton again? 3-0?
You know,
Yeah.
Right? And then 7-0. So look at that, all 10 goals, 10 to none. Although we goal difference looking nice if we used to come
and
top
it's
games.
important that we haven't been conceding also.
Correct. So let me get the team sheets now, fellas. Thoughts on the team sheets, and we could get into the game. What you know, Simeon?
I mean, the left back choice was kind of a little surprise. You expected you got a start, and he played, and he did what he does, and a little extra. But I think the left back choice was big deal. I kind of expected Rashford and Garnacho to start, but I didn't figure I'd see Rashford up top. I thought Xerxes would have played because I know he needs to get some goals, but I think Ten Hag was a little bit creative in having Garnacho, Rashford, and Anthony on top because I know Anthony needs to play. Rashford playing striker, okay, I guess for this game is okay. But like I said, they're gonna need some starts. Like Garnacho and Rashford, you gotta figure out how to use them because with the way I'm playing, starts are gonna be at a premium for one of them. Midfield, Ericsson, no Bruno. That was interesting. I think Casemiro without the duty of having to be that guy that that defensive stopper. I think in a game like this, I think he did pretty well, being able to sit back and play some passes without pressure. I thought that was a good role for Casemiro to get back in a groove. I wasn't really honestly surprised, but I think the left back was the biggest thing. I think having the bench how it was, I don't think he really risked too much that lineup.
Yeah, yeah. Lion, what were you on the lineup?
Yeah, I didn't think he would have played Collier in the left back position, but I understand why. Because once you have an athletic midfielder, you could play them there because he always tries to tuck in the midfielder. So I understand why he play Collier there, and he wants to give him game time too. I didn't expect to see Anthony though, but he had a decent game today. I didn't have any other problems with the team sheet because in the cup games you should rotate, and I think he made the right choices in the rotation.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm glad Lion you mentioned that because that's exactly what I was going to ask Chef. Chef, you was expecting 8 players to be rotated today because 8 changes Ten Hag made to his team. I don't think we ever saw that before. Correct me if I'm wrong, but what you thought?
But you remember from the last podcast, Simeon, you might remember too, when we were asking what we would like to see, but what we think we would see. For the first time ever, we actually got what we like. We actually, if you think about it, how much it was last podcast, 4 or 5 of us. Nearly all the changes, with the exception of probably Amas at left back, we got the changes we wanted. Listen, when I see the team sheet, I start to smile. I call Kareem one time because I know my mind is going to be a good day. From the time I see the team sheet and I see no Onana, I say, thank you, Jesus. It's finally this man like he getting, and as Kareem was like, you see the man listening. Well, I said, oh God, you can't be that hard, boy. So I was over pleased with the changes. Again, we said we wanted to see Anthony get a start. It was good to see Anthony get a start. I didn't fully expect to see Marcus playing, the centre forward. But yeah, and outside of that, the substitutions, not the substitutions, the starting lineup was, it was what we wanted. So I was well pleased. That was a good way to start, even before the game.
Yeah. And what was important for me too is you see Mazwari, Martinez, and the Lit, how them fellas and them, came off with muscle injury, with cramps. You understand that is an indicator of muscle fatigue. So we want to treat with them things real carefully and sensibly. We have Crystal Palace coming up on the weekend. You don't need to risk them fellas on them. If they didn't pull up in the game Saturday, then okay, fine. It's up to you. But it would not make sense risking them fellas.
Especially Martinez.
Yeah, I understand. Because I could tell you, especially Martinez, Delit, and Mazar, because 3 of them are injury prone kind of, makeup. So I just be scared anytime I see any one of those 3 pull up because I know them fellas and them could come and be out for a while. So when I saw the lineup and I see Maguire, Evans, Dalot, and I mean the toss-up was always who was going to play left back. I was pleased because I said, all right, my manager thinking he actually seen it how we seen it. You understand what I'm saying? Because I telling you, I would have been so upset if Mazwari, Delit, or Martinez had started today and we get injured and we pick up more muscle injuries or them fellas walk off holding for cramp. Because the more important game as far as I'm concerned is Crystal Palace. Right?
Agreed.
So that for me, when you sent me that thing, Chef, the first thing I look for is to see was the back line. You understand what I'm saying? So I was pleased with Ten Hag, decision to rotate 8 players. Right? I agree with I don't know who said it was Simeon, with the leaving Xerxes in, to get what he showed us in the last game. But I thought Rashford and Garnacho and Anthony we didn't miss nobody,
It's true.
Yeah, I think watching this game, like I was kind of, I look at the team, I look at the bench. The bench looked pretty good. So I started thinking about, like, we might have, and you get to a point where you start getting, all happy, you look at the team, you see looking good, and you think, okay, well, Mount coming back, Shaw and Malacia, Rasmus, you start getting a little giddy. But I think, I feel good, but, I think this game, Ten Hag kind of show you like who he really want to give minutes to this season. Like, see, Wheatley didn't really get sweat. Amas wasn't really, part of the conversation today. So I think what you see today is kind of like who, besides those that come back from injury, those are the guys who are going to play or be in the bench for the season. And like, I think he tried to get those guys ready. He didn't give Wheatley a chance. So he tried to get the people who are going to play more minutes. He tried to get the guys who are going to be in front more time working with each other. Like he brought on Ahmad. He didn't need Ahmad out there, but I think he's trying to get that rhythm as far as the attacking fellas. They have a rhythm for the coming games. So I think this was more of a warm up than anything else. Kind of remind me like when I play in FIFA on Xbox. Like you if you didn't play for a while, you don't pick your opponent. You don't play Premier League. You go to League One, or lower division. Cause you want to get back in a rhythm, and you do all kind of thing. This game kind of remind me of one of those games where you just pick a lower side to get all your routines right. Make sure your players, your players' strengths and weaknesses, and let's get the whole technique, right. So, and the result was, satisfying. So it's a good night for all United fans, and I think Ten Hag, when you look at this game and where it is at this part of the schedule, it can be more perfect because the harder games are coming up.
Yeah. Lion, you think we could start to get giddy by, or you feel it's still too early?
Far from that.
We gotta take our time, man. We gotta take our time and take it one day at a time. One thing I was happy about, I wanted to see Casemiro and Ugarte play together. And I think they complement each other. So Beno could get a little rest ever so often because I was killing him, boy. I was killing him, man. Boy.
No, you can have seen Meno needed a rest. Meno's
Yeah.
looking, after the hour mark, Meno's looking like he was dead in the water.
No, but just by that tackle, he get the time and he hold the ball so and pull it. I know Meno fried. So as Simeon say, get the rhythm together. Every player who's supposed to be used supposed to learn to play with the team. So when you make your sub, it'll just be like a fall in. Right? You know what to do. You play with this man before. So we have to use these competitions to rotate the team and get players to play together. Right? So yeah, hopefully we able to continue with this momentum. Because I know we need to have some revenge on Palace for last time.
Yeah. Palace had a feel it, but Palace not really going through a good period right now. They're struggling for results in the Prem, and they beat QPR today in the Carabao Cup, but it wasn't an easy win for them.
The struggle.
Yeah. You understand? So I think now is really the best time.
The struggle weekend too.
Yeah.
Now is a great time to be playing Palace.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Because I don't feel like catch the length yet now, boy.
I don't feel like I'm length to catch until I get a new manager.
You ready to talk about that manager so bad?
A lot of things change on that side that weaken them, and one of the main players, Olise, gone, and they're not in the same kind of mold as it was before. If you watch them play, they're not fluid like before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot running through Eze, and I mean once he get locked down.
He had my day. He want to go. You could see that. Yeah. He want to go United. So.
Yeah, to come here. The jersey here for him. The jersey here for him. You understand what I'm saying? So earlier, Marcus Rashford. Right? No, Marcus Rashford come on us for
Child
some
feeder,
real,
boy.
Yeah, he come on us for some real fire, and rightly so.
And deserved.
We're not gonna pretend as though you know, what he was getting, he didn't deserve it on and off the field, right? Because he was doing crap off the field too. But always seeing confidence being returned to this man, you know, like air going back in your lungs. We're seeing confidence being returned to, and we've seen Rashford, his body language, he how he's striking the ball, how he running, how he I see him start back this. I hope it continue, because this from the season before to nothing last season. I don't know what this mean again, right? I don't know, because it's supposed to be mentality, it's supposed to be mental strength, but I don't know. But we see the return of it. Where all you feel Rashford is at right now, let's feel that he's at the place where, okay, he going to kick on now, or we're going to get flattered to receive.
And to me, are you talking in here?
And yeah, anybody.
I'll talk because you're mute right now, Chef. Yeah.
We could only hope. We could only hope. He is a person that score in streaks. So we could only hope that this is at least the start of him catching himself. When last saw this, the celebration, the brain celebration. So listen, I just happy for the youth. He looked confident today. He looked real. I can't tell you the last time Marcus looked so fluent. The ball, what he get for his
The first goal.
Dan, that ball, crossfield ball. Marcus take that in a stride. Effortless. See them and he literally glide past them defenders and put that ball in and that's the Marcus Rashford. We know that the child feeder we want to see. So we can only hope. United fans, we've been burned too much. So we know not to get carried away with nothing with this club.
Yeah. So I see you had some kind of reaction there where it was kind of.
I mean, like, you know, when you're playing the game on easy, you can do all your little beats and ain't nobody gonna tackle you, you know? You can. I see beats eating my penalty box. I said, nah, like I know that I know it's a low up. I mean, but nah, how you gonna let Rashford cut in so easy? I mean, a nice move, but that ain't supposed to happen anyway. But I love the way he's striking the ball. And I think once he has that confidence back in striking the ball, he could score anytime. I think that's the thing with Marcus Rashford. You're not going to get his space to run two men like that in the Premier League for the most part. But once the ball comes to your feet in the penalty box, once you strike it like that, you could score. So, you know, that's next game in a row. So he should be good. I think he should be good.
Yeah, I think it's really important, you know, for your strikers to be scoring, for them to be confident. You know, I think when a player confident, he just try things. You know, sometimes when they play within themselves, because I will always go back to that game against, is it Brighton or Liverpool, when Xerxes gave him the pass, and everybody expecting Rashford to run up. Was it Trent? And Rashford turned back. You know,
Trent was off the field. He had space to run.
Exactly. And I am telling you, put Rashford back in that same scenario tomorrow.
You doing that?
Rashford running at Trent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So this is the power of goals. And as I was mentioning to JP earlier today, it's not only confidence in Rashford, but you see a team structure, right? Because I'm seeing so much different patterns. I was always struggling to identify patterns that Man United play, but I see that overlapping and cutting back the ball. I don't know if you're noticing these things.
They've been passing the ball. They've been actually passing the ball.
Yeah, you understand? And we passing the ball in the box now, boy.
Yeah.
You know? So these are
some nice touches in the box.
Yeah, and these are the kind of things that I believe once the team playing properly, individuals will benefit, rather than we expecting one individual to pull out the whole team. And that's what we've been doing over the years. So the confidence will come as a result of the structure being in place, and the players understanding the responsibilities and what they have to do and doing it properly. Yeah. Let me get some comments here. Dwayne on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining, Dwayne.
Hey, doing?
Yeah, Vinny Marshall on the inside. Thanks for joining, man. He's saying Garnacho is scoring goals as a sub, scoring goals as a starter, scoring goals as a right winger and a left winger. No player is in better form, but United fans want him to stay on the bench because he's an impact sub. Make it make sense. What do you think about this one?
I
What's up?
Garnacho wasn't playing all that well, right? In the previous game, right? He scored against Southampton. He came on late. So I mean, give it a little time because he was actually struggling. From what I see, he was struggling a little bit. He gaining back his confidence now. You could see. So when you really think about it, who you dropping? Who you dropping? You're going to take off Xerxes. You're going to put Rashford on the bench. Ahmad not going on the bench right now, right? And Garnacho making a big impact when he come on. So it's a headache for the manager.
A good headache too.
It's the kind of headache we want to have.
Yeah, it's a good headache. I don't want to give my headache. He had to worry about that. Them fellas just had to do what they have to do.
Come on, that's what we're saying. Yeah.
No.
And unfortunate, just what I'm saying, the unfortunate thing is that you could only field 11 players, you know?
You need them back off the bench too.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, issue with Garnacho is, and Rashford has kind of the same issue too. Is like, in Premier League, when you're struggling for possession, I mean, like he's not great at keeping the ball. Like when you play the ball out to him, a lot of his touches haven't been as clean as they should be. Oftentimes he tries to do, things he tries to do too much and loses the ball. Like that's been his main issue when he starts. Like when trying to get a foothold in a game and you play the ball to him, either he can't hold it up or he can't really get past the first defender and be back on defense again. Like that's been his issue. So I think once he cleans that up, I mean, he makes things happen. But when you start in a game and you want to get a foothold in the game and you want that possession, you don't, you need in our system especially, you need guys that can keep the ball or protect the ball. And he wasn't the best at doing that. That's why Ahmad is so important. Because say Rashford isn't great as well, but Rashford's Rashford. So we go see. But I don't mind if Garnacho starts. Rashford comes on afterwards. I don't mind if they alternate, but Ahmad has to play on the right side for me.
Yeah. And I think too, what's important is that Rashford can feel that nothing guaranteed because Garnacho breathing down his neck, Garnacho ride it. And I'm telling you, if Rashford didn't have a good game today, I think Garnacho would have been taking his pick for the next game. You understand? So no, because I mean,
I'm telling you that.
Go ahead.
Rashford does make things happen. No matter how much nonsense he playing, you'll cross our ball and give it to Xerxes. Xerxes miss. He does make things happen still. So I think that's why Ten Hag like him. Because if Garnacho having a bad game, you're having a bad game right through. Whole game, you're going to be bad. You're going to be terrible. Rashford will cross a ball and make something happen. What shall we play against City in the final? Rashford wasn't having a good season, and he make things happen. So I think that is the advantage he have over some of them fellas.
Natural ability.
He's English too, but the natural ability, as chefs say, he does make certain things happen.
Yeah, and I get that. But what I'm saying is, it's only so long a manager could hold on to a player, especially when it have somebody else knocking. And remember, Garnacho play a lot of minutes last season on the right, but nobody can displace Ahmad right now.
Nope.
Right. So the
only Ten Hag.
Yeah, they pick that up for grabs is the left side. You know what I'm saying? So this is what I'm saying. If Rashford had a poor game today and Garnacho played as he did, then I think Rashford would have had to be sweating because Garnacho would have come in fashion, and they'll just see the substitutions happening earlier until Garnacho starts. But I think Rashford did himself a lot of favors in terms of his performance today. You know, he capitalized on the little bit of confidence he would have gotten from the Southampton game. And right now, Garnacho got to play impact. And Garnacho is doing well off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Garnacho is doing well off the bench. So I have an issue with Garnacho coming off the bench and impacting the game.
The thing is, you had to make sure as a manager to keep the relationships between the players good.
Yeah.
Because you can't come and say, okay, by Ahmad playing right through and I scoring goals. You have to keep a certain relationship because it seems like Ahmad and Garnacho have a very good relationship. Seems like they have a brotherly relationship. So that they will be cheering each other on. Because them fighting for the right, and both of them fighting for the right. Right? And to me, if Rashford having an issue on the left, and we bring back, Højlund comes back, Xerxes and Højlund will be playing, and Rashford will be on the bench. Right? Xerxes is the man to watch for Rashford. Because
they
will set it up different that they could play together.
Yeah. I'm denying that.
Right?
But I don't know if, because remember, what it is asked from the right winger is to kind of bite that line. You know, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know why. I don't think so.
Well, it's according to how you're playing too. According to how you're playing. If the wing backs on the other side playing wide, you need the wingers to go wide. But then if they're tucking in, you could put your players more inside. So it's according to who you're playing to, you could play Xerxes and Højlund together, and Rashford could sit. But now we're giving the manager a headache. He's scoring goals, so it's kind of harder to do that now. Yeah. But it will happen. I'm sure we'll see it in the season.
And even if it's not for form by Lion, but for tactics, you know, it's something we're saying is worth a try.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys see a point to where Ten Hag looking at being so worried about minutes that he plays the three of them? That he takes Xerxes out and plays Rashford, Garnacho, and Ahmad together. Do you see that becoming a thing? Because if the form of Rashford and Garnacho keeps up, and Ahmad keeps playing the way he's playing, you know, to actually be tempted or pressed to try and fit them all on the field at the same time. So I wonder if he's played Rashford up top, experimenting a lot last season when we had no striker. So do you see him trying that again this season?
I think the only reason why Rashford played through the middle today is because Xerxes didn't suit how he wanted the team to play today. If Højlund was there, Højlund was starting. Yeah. So if you have Højlund and you have Xerxes, then you have two strikers who could do different things. So he wouldn't need to put Rashford there. You understand? He would just have to make a decision. And I think this is where it comes into the manager have to make a decision. Right? So you can put Højlund and Xerxes on the bench just to facilitate one player. You understand what I'm saying? At least that's how I see it. Managers do it.
Agreed.
It's this front line we have here, many combinations.
Yeah, I honestly think Xerxes just, you see how Højlund started off, you know, he wasn't getting the goals in the early and then he went on a streak. I honestly feel Xerxes just a goal away from start because he's doing all the little things. Mm-hmm. All the little things we could ask of him to do, he doing. His whole play, you know, he interchanging. So it's just to get the finishing going. I think that's right round the clock, and that's the kind of headache you want. You want him doing that. Then you want Højlund coming in and hitting the road. You want all your front players doing it.
Yeah, and it's a while since we talking like this, like who will start. You understand? This is a good conversation.
Yeah.
Because in the past we don't know who's the true gun and start already, because if they're playing shit, it's because they just a name.
I know something, Rim. You know who I'd watch yourself too? Bruno Fernandes.
Hey.
Dan, or you watch Ericsson?
Without Bruno, as much as I like Bruno as my player, without Bruno, we actually play as a team. Right? Since he could play in that position, Bruno does play, and he'll be very disciplined. Right in the middle there. Distributing, taking your time, passing it back to Casemiro or Mino. He could do that. But with Bruno now is bang up the road. We'll get things out of him, Bruno is give you the assists, everything, but I just find without him, we just play more like a team.
The overall game.
Sometimes you fancy that this so not needed the outside of the foot pass. It's just not needed. Just take your time and just keep on building a play. And once we see it today, see it last couple of games, once Ericsson had men around him who will do that extra running, and he just had to get there, make a pass, and pick a pass. And I like to tell you, I'm saying that. But for everybody who said Ericsson don't have no legs, Ericsson getting around that field too,
Run today, man. He was all in the box.
I watch Ericsson run today. I watch Ericsson hitting men some tackle. So, listen, if we can get that out, then that bodes well for the club, the team, and Bruno had to up his game.
Yeah,
definitely.
I mean,
some comment. Go ahead, Simon. Go ahead.
Maybe Ericsson's had like a 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, but he hasn't really been that clinical till today. Like I didn't see Ericsson hitting net like that. I mean, because he's always in a good position, but he never quite, it's never quite there. I mean, it's not clinical, and that's what you expected of him coming into this team when he first signed. You expected someone that could hit the net, busting it a few times, not every game, but once every 3-4 games, because he's always in the right spot, but the ball never really, never really scores. So today was a good sign, but can he do it, in the Premier League,
I think it's important to manage how you play, what the team that you're playing against, and manage how you utilize Ericsson. So, for instance, like Southampton, we knew that they were going to play a different kind of game, and with the team that we put out against Southampton, we had the ability to control and dominate the football. So once we're going up against a team where we know we could dominate the football, then you throw Ericsson in. I don't think it makes sense playing Ericsson against a team that's a lot more transitional, like a Liverpool or perhaps a City. That may not make sense.
That might be pushing it.
But you pick the games where what Ericsson have to offer will benefit us in this game. And that's how I think he'll be useful for us, as opposed to just throwing him in games that he's not suited for, and then people talking about how we do our legs. That's like setting the player up. Rishi on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying one game at a time, but I love the direction. For sure.
Yep.
Dwayne saying here, important that we got the comfortable win today. God knows we've been hurt a lot. Yeah, telling you about it.
It was good to see us not let up, boy. Manchester ain't stop today, no.
Yeah, we was.
I'm sure all of us was expecting that ball to drop. They didn't stop at all.
No, boy. Them fellas were just going by nothing. And Maguire and all here giving nothing,
Nah.
Man is sticking out the foot and stopping. Have big boots.
It's Lynch on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining, man.
Olin J.
He's saying good headache for the manager. The whole team and subs played well. Yeah, everybody. Doing saying here Ericsson by like his batteries get a solid charge. Yeah, that rest he get. You know? Vinny saying here when Erasmus fit, my question is who we gonna what we're gonna do with Xerxes. Rotation, man, and as Lionel was saying, them fellas could play together. But that is what Ten Hag getting the big money to do, to figure out, you know. Darren on the inside, thanks for joining. He's saying this could only help us going forward. You could say it's only Barnsley, but to be beating them like this shows how it's supposed to be done. Great positive, yeah, for sure,
Yeah,
man.
When was the last time we had a scoreline like this over 5
Leeds.
goals?
Leeds, I think.
Leeds, it wasn't
Leeds,
it wasn't Southampton by who we hit 9.
We don't
Yeah.
hit Leeds 9 too.
No, it
When
was
that was-
wasn't
Not
5. That wasn't
communist
5-2.
or something like
That
that.
was 5-2. That one was 5-2.
Is Southampton we hit 9?
Yeah, we hit Southampton 9.
Okay.
Yeah. I ain't gonna forget that game. My boy Marcel come on and score 2.
Must have
forget that.
forgot.
I don't forget that.
Yeah.
Kurt on the inside, good night. Kurt, thanks for joining,
Yeah,
man.
good night.
Doing saying here, Dan, we have real games, so there are lots of games to try all the combinations you all want to
Yeah.
see. Yeah, for sure. But for the main games, Rashford has to start full stop. But I'm gonna tell you on this commenter, the only time we'll see different combinations is when Ten Hag not under pressure for results, because he just tend to revert to what he know and stick with that. If we're in a bind and we're under pressure and he just need results, he will stick to one thing.
Principles.
Yeah, the principles, he'll stick to that. And that will be Rashford, Bruno, Garnacho, Anthony, Hoyland. And that can be a real ISO. You understand? So let me hope that the team continue to perform so he could tweak and twist and turn and just ball in, right? Gregory on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying Ericsson is better playing in the 10. And that's why he's played for Denmark, and he's looking real good. You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
So we just keep asking him to play deeper too often. Remember, we just play like a 10-10 or kind of hybrid, kind of 8, kind of /10 kind of function.
I think to me, he'll play like a kind of 6, kind of like a Carrick role because he could pass the ball.
Yeah.
But
Modric.
he do have them legs to do all of that, right? To do all that running back and thing like that. So I think the 10 might be more ideal for him.
Now, again, that's where he just play for Denmark, and he just do it hella good, you know.
Yeah.
So Ugarte, fellas. Ugarte. When we talked about Ugarte, this was Ugarte's first full debut. I mean, he got the start. What you all make of his performance? Did you see what you wanted to see from Ugarte when we was courting him? When he was talking about him and doing all these analyses as to how he could fit into the team and where he could add and where he could bring. What are your thoughts about this full debut?
I think he got away from some cards because he was roughing up some manner. But I think people had the wrong idea of Ugarte, right? People thinking the fella just making the pass right there, but he could spread the ball too. He's much more than what some people think he is. He could dribble the ball also.
Yeah, he progressing decent.
Yeah, you just had to be careful with some of them tackles because in the Premier getting cards for them, you had to be a little more disciplined in that sense. I see he take down some men and I see he trip one and he pull back, so I say, hey, man, this is a yellow card in the Premier. But I'm excited to see he'll learn. He'll learn the Premier and he'll know when to do what he have to do too, because he's a rugged player. But I'm excited to see him.
If you listen to all the scouting reports about him, I swear all the man know to do is break up play and do nothing after. But I watching the man play today, the man could pick a pass.
Mm-hmm.
He had a little dribbling skills too. So the man, and I mean to say, I don't know, take him too much with somebody tackling because that's just eagerness to get into the team and show your worth. That will get better as the time go by. But that's a nice signing. We need somebody with that tenacity in the center though. We have not had our enforcer in years, and please nobody come to tell me no shit about McTominay and Fred. None of them was no enforcer. Don't do me that.
But we had Casemiro. You see that in the years. Who Casemiro was?
Casemiro, we get no enforcer.
In the first season, I think. But I mean, the system didn't help him.
So yeah, we need this. We need a player like that. And we giving teams different looks with our midfield.
Yeah.
As Mark was talking today, it will have games Kobe could sit. We will have Casemiro and Ugarte. It will have games Casemiro will sit, and then Kobe could play a little further up. So again, we can't be predictable, and that's something Manchester has become so predictable.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good point. Like, Collier, I think Collier is going to be in this team somehow. I think Tenage is going to find a way for him to play somehow. Yeah. A good sign.
Very good sign. Yeah.
With Menu and Casemiro, hopefully getting a chance to play more forward or, more provider role. But I think the big thing is, you got to, like, as Chef was saying, the man could do more than, his scouting reports. I mean, when he got signed, he was talking about how, people say, he's like, I could do all these other things. He's like, I don't know why everyone say I could only do one thing. He's like, I could do more things, and I think, it's natural, he played for PSG, but he's still growing, he's still learning. I think he could still get better and still improve, everything, whether it's dribbling or pass. I think he's good enough now, but I don't think he's a finished product. I think he can define his career here and maybe even more than when he first got here.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a good signing. It looks like a good signing so far. Obviously, like Casemiro last year, he needs to watch out for that yellow card or red card. Like Casemiro got not last year, year before, when he first came. Remember how he got all his cards and a red card, because players see you tackling and they try to do all kind of flop and stuff to get you a card. So he needs to watch out for that. But once, like I said, once he gets used to the prem, he should be good. But I still wish we had gotten. I'm greedy, but I wish we have gotten one more midfielder. Like, I don't like having one person that could do. One person in the team that you have to rely on, to do a job, and that speed and tenacity that he has in midfield, we don't have that anywhere else on the squad. So hopefully he stays healthy on the field. So
yeah, I think the thing with Ugarte is he getting back, so he always there. There's always that extra body with Ugarte. I would have seen other players, the normal jog back now, but Ugarte making a real effort to get back, and that's important because it keeps our numbers now, especially in defense.
And when he get back, he looks like just be there and like maybe open. He look as if he really danger at.
Correct.
That's a big thing.
That's true.
I was watching too is either had a corner or a free kick, and he was actually organizing the defense.
Yeah. He telling people who to stand up and
Just making sure everybody in line. I say, okay, all right.
Yeah. And them fellas come in and there's leaders too,
Yeah.
But my concern is the tackling, right? I don't see him getting the tackles not reckless,
No.
but the careless.
Mm.
You know, he just running and bumping in and chucking his foot late, and I think he had to learn to time the tackles a little bit better. You understand? Or jockey instead of tripping up people because it's careless and it could get him yellows.
Mm.
I'm not seeing where he, like how Casemiro, I guess, through he frame, he don't do that. But he just trip up players because he trying to get there, and I think he could get some yellows for that. And it could accumulate and he could miss games. You know, not for, I want to make sure and clarify that, not for being reckless, but careless. So that's something I hope he learn in terms of how to time certain challenges, whether to put my foot here or to just jockey or to just, put some body on a player until somebody else could take it. Some things like that now. But I mean, for the most part, Ugarte was positive today. I saw him progressing the football. I saw him making some decent passes, simple passes. He kept the ball ticking. And in a possession-based team, you need the ball just moving, You don't want to throw away the ball and you want to just keep it ticking. And I saw that and I like that. I really like that about him. Let's get some more of the comments here, right, guys? Dwayne saying here, a lot of these selections, I think, Ruden Ten Hag is. Right? Lynch is saying here, when Casemiro started to get the cards, he had to tone it down. Yeah, and as I said before, that because Casemiro was reckless by Lynch. Right? Kristen on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, I find 5-0 up. Why bring on Xerxes when you have Whitley on the bench? Give the youth a chance. The game already won. Let him get some. I think Simeon did mention this. You want to make sure, all the players, I don't know if it's Simeon or Lion that made the point.
Simeon.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just to make sure all the players ready and fresh, and Whitley there to provide cover if necessary.
Yeah,
right.
I understood that, sir. You want to give the men who either fighting for a start or right on the fringe of starting. You want to keep them involved. You want to give them as much opportunity to get in the game. A striker always good. You always want to give him opportunity to get a goal. I understand, giving Whitley a run, but Whitley is not in the immediate plans of the club.
He's not.
I think the issue is, like I said, it's not Whitley fault. The issue is them attackers, all 4 or 5 of them haven't been clicking as well as they should be clicking. So they need the reps. They need as much reps as they can get to get things to right to where we could score 3 goals every game. So Whitley fault. I mean, we all hoped he would play. I saw his face after the game. He didn't look too happy.
I was disappointed.
I don't care.
But that's part and parcel of it.
I don't want to see.
Nobody come out of Whitley name on the jersey now.
Yeah, I didn't want to see Whitley. I was glad when Xerxes come on. Who's Whitley?
Xerxes is who we pay money. With all respect to Whitley, Xerxes is who we buy and pay. We want Xerxes to be scoring. We want Xerxes to get in some form.
Yeah, and the players around him too.
I don't see Whitley being a United future. Because that youth man that by the other day, he's the one to come and be the 3rd striker.
Well, yeah, well, that's a definite.
And it's only a matter of time before you see he and all making that bench.
You don't have a future by January. I sure you're going on loan or something. Yeah. He just there for moral support and maybe to bring a little water for them boys when the time comes.
It's just that, in case he did,
In case I wasn't impressed by he too much. So.
Lynch saying here, what's a good point? Not getting carried away, but last season, Burnley, who gave us plenty trouble to get past. Yeah. Dwayne saying here, before the international break, you got a message was, don't worry, I'll fix it. 2 games back and don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Right? Where she's saying, I can't wait to see Martinez and Ugarte play together.
For cards.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to see it, I want to see that, I want to see Ugarte and Martinez, the lit and Menu, that I want to see that. I want to see that.
I mean, I want to see opposed. It's the same way we talk about opposing teams. Getting licks. Scoring 5, 6, 7 goals in them. It's the same way I want to see men trying to run through midfield and they're scared.
Yes.
The kneecap. I want to see that kind of fear.
I would tell toes. I want them to try that and get blade over and over, and they had to say, boy, we can't come down that center. Let me go on the wings.
Want to blade and just win the ball, like, or because them referee them love to get cards to Man United.
I don't want it to be like Mutant League now, because Simeon saying man kneecap and
I mean, just once. Just.
You just need that man to be able to send a message.
To run into that middle or Martinez with the aggression, and men should fear.
Yeah. Lynch saying here, point to note, not getting carried away. Okay, so this is what he was saying. Point to note, right? Yeah. She's saying here, lucky thing we didn't play them. But Barnsley today.
He replying to Lynch, I think.
Okay. Burnley, Barnsley. All right. Elliot Brent on the inside, thanks for joining. He's saying, just Kim, what you all think about Ugarte, Cassian Fernandez?
You'll see that combination, man. I believe you'll see that combination.
Yeah, you got plenty of different combinations. We had the players to play the combinations.
And that's a good thing.
Yeah. Lynch saying here, you need all the attackers sharp, so you have to rotate the strikers. Weekly time will come. Yeah.
When you go West Brom, I honestly can't see that youth man playing for United in the future. Sad to say, but I can't see it.
How young is he? I mean, how old is he?
He was about 20. Yeah. Obi gonna come and bypass
17-year-old, 18-year-old Obi?
Why
Which
not?
one? The African or the one from Arsenal?
The one from Arsenal. You see his size?
Yeah, he's real big for 17 or 18, but he's huge.
He must be 25. 17 is African years. They're like dog years. Where birth certificate?
Them doctors up already. You can't find the original. You could find the real one. So fellas, so hear this, right? We try to put ourselves in after today. You being Ten Hag, how all you feel today with the selections will affect your decisions for Crystal Palace, or it wouldn't affect your decisions for Crystal Palace? You're going as you were how you play Southampton. Probably not Southampton as the best example because Ericsson was there, but today, players who were on the periphery, players who were on the bench, not really starting games, they change your mind and you're saying, well, nah, boy, Anthony had to start over Ahmad, that kind of thing. Now, anybody not like that for you?
I don't find men do enough to force a start, because that's what you're basically saying. If men do enough to force a start, I personally don't find men did enough, but it's good to. Thanks. Nobody cool boy.
Gingatio.
Huh?
Gingatio.
Yeah, boy.
Right.
Yeah. So it's good that men doing enough to at least put some thought into the manager. Hey, I hear. But to say change, well, the only change might happen that might probably will happen is in center midfield. Because I don't see we started Ericsson 3 games on a bounce.
No.
So yeah.
Yeah, what do you think, Simeon?
I mean, I agree with Chef. I mean, I think today kind of set up with Ahmad being out. This starting lineup. I think today kind of set up next game. So I think Ahmad's gonna be obviously on the right. He better be on the right. Xerxes, who didn't play the whole game, so he have fresh legs. I don't think you'll see much change. Ugarte got subbed out early, so I think he's gonna start. So I think today kind of sets up, was just a setup for the Palace game. I think. However, I do think if Garnacho did score that last goal and get a hat trick, he might have sealed his starting
In
spot.
front of Ahmad.
Yeah.
Nah,
Yeah.
it's in front of Ahmad. Only Ahmad can't get dropped. Only can't drop Ahmad.
Well, I as much as I say, I agree with Simeon. I think Rashford ain't gonna get dropped. The faster drop Ahmad.
Ahmad will faster get dropped. I believe that.
No, but all you have to understand, bad goals, Ahmad giving you something
Kareem,
different.
we
to the
know.
team.
We know. Kareem.
Kareem.
No, Kareem, you can't say all that.
Just like Xerxes.
I know.
Ahmad
Simeon, tell him that.
Xerxes
We know.
enabling the
Simeon,
team
tell
to
him
play
that.
better.
You know how to convince we, you know.
Yeah. No,
We believe, a sure for we here believe, Ahmad's name supposed to be one of the first names on the team sheet.
I can't believe Ten Hag
But
will just drop Ahmad because
we also know, we
because
also
Portugal stage.
have a history. We manage Ahmad.
Not only that, Garnacho coming into form too. So it will be a real fight on that side. It will be a fight.
You know what it will start coming down to now? It will start coming down to who's scoring.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna be about
It cannot be scoring.
but that's what I'm telling you. That is what is going to come down. It's not going to come down to just who making the pretty plays and who giving the effort. It is going to come down to who giving you goals.
Goals when matches rim.
And that's the problem all here, because here now, if the team play better, it doesn't matter who score, we will win. You understand what I'm saying? But from the time we start to reward goals, then players could play shit and score. That was happening last season and keep getting starts.
No.
We had to move away from that goals thing. The goals would come. The goals would come. But the team had to play better, and Ahmad giving you that. Ahmad giving you a different kind of ball.
I agree with we understand you.
If Ahmad is playing well and not scoring, and Garnacho is playing well and scoring, who do you think he go pick?
Yeah, but you see, when you don't understand the dynamic of when a player playing well, what he giving the team. Because Ahmad could be playing well, but Xerxes scoring or Bruno scoring or Rashford scoring as a result of how well he playing, as opposed to Garnacho just there and scoring because he get a ball over the top and he run on it and score.
You don't understand that?
You see, we
understand. We understand. We understand. The thing is that, as Simeon telling you, we understand, you know.
And that's the problem I have with Man United. We watching this thing too linear, and we feel because you scoring, you're supposed to start games, and that I understand goals is the currency, yeah. But
hey, Kareem,
you look at the bigger picture.
Let me ask you a question. Who would you drop for Rashford? Would you drop Ahmad or Xerxes to make sure Rashford play?
I'm not dropping none.
I know you won't drop none, Kareem. I know, but
Kamla, answer the question.
That's why I asked before. Like, I think Xerxes might be the one locking out.
Yeah.
But I think again with Xerxes, I think we'll lose some stuff with what Xerxes offer to the team, and this is it. We watching goal scorers and people could score. Ericsson scored today.
I don't think we'll lose anything if they play how they play today.
Was that?
I don't think we'll lose anything if they play how they play today. Because we didn't miss anybody today. Honestly, we didn't miss anybody today.
But it had to do with two things. Two things we had to consider with that thought lion. One, the opponent, and
Well, yeah.
with that the game plan, right? Because you can't use this game plan for every game.
I know.
It don't work like that, you know. And I don't think Rashford could do what Xerxes do, right, in the middle of the park to facilitate. So if
You
you
know-
play a different team, I think, you know. So, and there's what I'm saying.
And that,
It all depends on the opposition.
and
Yeah.
that's why they unlock Ericsson to make the passes. Ericsson was the outlet today.
Yep.
Xerxes is the outlet on the next day.
You know what
Because
is
Xerxes and
something?
Ericsson play against Southampton.
You know
What?
something we're gonna. I think anytime Marcus really gets into some kind of form, Xerxes is going to start. But one of the first substitutions is going to be Xerxes coming off, a winger coming on, and moving Marcus to centre forward.
Yeah.
No,
Yes.
that doesn't happen.
Yes.
Because all your Hoyland coming back. Hoyland, one
Guys,
game, one
how
game
far
away.
Hoyland is from being back?
Probably about
Hoyland,
2 weeks.
Hoyland might be in the team for Palace.
Nah, I don't feel so. I feel they'll be in the team for the Europa.
Yeah, so there's also other forgetting the two strikers that we have.
But he could play on the wing too. So that's
But-
a funny kind of.
But for
Hoyland
a
can play
whole
on the wing?
season, yeah, but for the whole season
Yeah,
last
they
season,
speed.
Ten Hag didn't use him on the wing. So let me not pretend that Ten Hag can play him on the wing, right?
No,
He might
that's
drift.
the
He might drift.
combination. The combination.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we have two strikers that could offer the two. So wherever Rashford is getting through the middle, Hoyland could get that. So he's not gonna move Rashford into center forward when Hoyland there. If Hoyland could do that, that's what I'm saying. So the thing about it is the thing is earlier is either Ahmad or Anthony or Garnacho, Rashford or Garnacho, Hoyland or Xerxes. Right? Now, I understand I can have different combinations, but my point is I'm not going to drop Ahmad, right? Who helping and contributing to our overall team play that we enjoying right now and scoring goals just because Garnacho could probably run onto a through ball and score. And does not mean minimizing the importance of goals. But what I'm saying is, so you tell me because this man is scoring, he don't play, and when you look at the bigger picture, he making the team tick.
No, it's not that. What I saying, for me, what I saying is if Garnacho contributing to the team, helping the team, and scoring, but Ahmad doing it, he contributing to the team and not scoring, it will be something to look at.
Yeah.
It will be. You had to start to look at that side and say, okay, should Garnacho be starting over Ahmad? Because I mean, you need your goals too.
But if you look at the where all Garnacho goals coming from is coming off the left,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Let me just get some comments here real quick, guys. Right, so Dembe Brent saying here Ghana could play for Ahmad, right? Lynch saying here not really, Ahmad gives a lot in him, right? The football flows through Ahmad. He takes on defenders as well. Yeah. Dembe Brent saying here goals win games. I think we touch on all them things already. Yeah. It's agree with Dembe, I suppose. Right, it looking like Van Nistelrooy working for Hood Money. Right, them guys finishing. They were ruthless. Yeah, for sure.
Give me about 4 games just so now. Not yet.
Yeah.
Not yet. Give me about 4 more.
Yeah. Jody on the inside. Good night, man. Thanks for joining, buddy.
Bye.
And Jody, say it. It was just Barnsley. Say it.
Probably don't comment that time.
Yeah. He's saying, this is what I want to see. Them small teams getting blow out, not no 1 or 2 goal win. Facts.
Well done, Polori King.
So fellas, we're looking to wrap it, right? So I guess for your closing thoughts, and I want your top performer today. Your man of the match. Right? Yeah.
Well, I just looking forward to more games. Hopefully we could play more fluid football. We could put it on Palace to get revenge because we need to. We need to continue the momentum. Top performer today. Huh. Yeah, a lot of top performers. But honestly, I'll get Ericsson it. Despite, well, he scored 2 goals today too, and he
An
contributed
assist.
a lot.
An
Yeah,
assist.
yes. So I'll give it to Ericsson.
Yeah.
Me
Simeon?
too. Me too. No disagreements here at all. I just want us keep on, no matter what team playing. We keep on playing with a purpose. I've been on hard case about showing me what is the philosophy. The philosophy obviously is about holding on to the ball and but possession. It has to be possession with purpose. So once I see possession with purpose and then quickly play slowing down, fine. So I just want a continuance of that and a continuance of us finishing chances most importantly.
Correct.
So my same thing like Mark, it have a few men, could get his shout. Marcus, it is absolutely great to see Marcus seemingly returning to form. Nacho too. Even a couple of the defenders, man was pretty decent, but for me it is Ericsson. Ericsson did all the little things. Ericsson passing and Ericsson vision, dog. It have nobody, not even Bruno, it have nobody on that club have vision like Ericsson. Real a working fit Ericsson. So credit to him.
Yeah. Simeon?
Yeah, I mean, Ericsson's a good shout. Everybody, I mean, for me, it's Rashford. Like, if you supposed to be, if you say if you are what you say you are, show me, and what he did to that Barnsley that team today, them goals he scored, the effortless drag. I mean, that move he making in the penalty box for that goal. I mean, that was class. That was class. Even though it was against Barnsley, it still showed that the levels that he has. So I'll give it to Rashford. Do what he's supposed to do, but I'll give it to him because better take that now. And hopefully he continues that. But as far as the team goes, I just hope we play like this. I mean, we need a win. But one that we need a performance, and we need the same level. It's the same kind of play we had today. The same kind of passing, the same kind of movement. We need to see a team that's ready to play football. I mean, it sounds simple, but we need to play football. We need to see some football playing. Palace, they haven't been a good team, but they have been a good team. So I don't know what Palace is going to show up, but I just want us to play well. And I think if we play well, it'll be great for us going forward because we haven't played good football consistently in a while, much less winning. We haven't played good football in a while. The scoring is a big plus. That finishing is a big plus. Once finishing could, hide so many flaws in a team if you could finish. But I just want to see us play this well and this organized against Palace. I think that will at least give us a sign that we don't have to change a coach come Christmas.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And I think you're hitting it on the head there, Simeon. And there's my firm belief. Once we play well, the goals will come. Right? We've been scoring goals through moments, of individual whatever in the past. But we playing better. You're seeing, repetition of patterns, and even the ones that we're missing, you're seeing chances created, and that coming through, the way we playing. So it's just a matter of the ones that we're missing, converting those. You know what I'm saying? But we creating chances, we scoring more because we playing better. And that has a lot to do with, you know, some of the individuals, you know, that fit in, you know, correct with the game plan and the philosophy. You know, we used to talk about, you know, square pegs and round holes and those kind of things. I think a lot of the players now, you know, we fit in them where they're supposed to be, you know, and the structure, how we want to play it coming into, you know. So I all about performance. I want to see the team play well, dominate games, and I know the goals will come. Right? I don't care who scored the goals. Right? Once we scoring goals and we winning. You know, for me, I agree with Chef and Lion. Ericsson, it will go under the radar, right? Because Rashford, you know, score some decent goals. Garnacho score some decent goals. But when you look at what Ericsson was doing, you know, assisting and to come and score 2 decent goals for a man with a pacemaker, you know, I mean, come on, you know. So he was very influential. He went, you know, in midfield unsung, but he had that game. He was kind of orchestrating everything in the middle of the park there, and that was, you know.
Yeah, but that's what we hope for. Like, when we bought him that first year, and when he was playing that first, you know, few months, he looked like he could do that until he got injured, and then he kind of fell off. You know, we really see him after that. After he got injured in that first year, but to see that now, I mean, that's a good sign.
Yeah, and I find too, you know, I don't know if you'll notice it as well. The midfield, it's not looking like a donut. You know, we're looking at a lot more compact in the middle. You know, so let me see it continues to progress. You know,
let me see if we have 2 left backs that's supposed to be back in the next 2 weeks. Let me see if one of them could be available for the rest of the season.
Yeah, at least one, At least one.
At least one. I ain't greedy.
Yeah. Dwayne saying here we had to have played good today for no mention of Mazwari. Mazwari only played about what, 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes?
Yeah, but
we didn't miss it.
Yeah. And we know he's a top player when he played. Alan on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He's saying I'm just glad to see them put in the goals because last season we were struggling to beat these type of teams. Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Hey, earlier by get minutes by.
But I was so happy for him.
He played. He had nothing to do.
Yeah.
He didn't have nothing to do.
But the good thing about it is he didn't have no saves to make, but you know, he gets a joke a little bit because from the back.
Exactly. You know? I was happy to see.
His name was on the team sheet. Most important.
Yeah. So his next game is what? Same time next year?
I could play in the Europa, man. But I don't.
Nah.
No.
It depends on the opponent.
The Raptor saving in that.
Yeah. The Raptor playing in that. He might play. It depends on who we join the FA Cup. He might get.
He might get. They might get a little run in the FA Cup too, but definitely in Europa is the Raptor.
Yeah, and the Premier League.
Calling the man down, he's saving penalties. Are they wicked? Yes, wicked.
Anyway, fellas, so it was nice. Oh God, earlier we looking good. We seeing some kind of progression. You know, 3-0, 7-0. Who knows? Palace could get 15. You know, you know, but we're looking good. I think confidence in the camp real high. You know, and what I liking right now too is the camaraderie. You know, players supporting each other. If you look at social media, everybody tagging each other, and you know, people supporting. Even with Anthony today, you know, they gave him the penalty that he won. You know, so the camaraderie and the team spirit is looking real positive as well. So that's something good to see. You know, I mean, it has been there when they're losing, but I mean, it has been more evident when they're winning, right? So all these things are positives around the club now. And I could talk with a little more chess. You know, you could smile in press conferences now. The media ain't gonna be asking him foolish questions, you know, that kind of way. So yeah. So Saturday it is again, fellas. We have, I think, where we playing? We traveling to Palace, or they coming out?
I think it's Palace.
Okay, we're not Palace.
Sellers Park. So we traveling again. We on the road. So let me see how that goes. And it could be I think it's the last game Saturday. So we could watch other games and then see where it all feels. You know? Anyway, Simeon, Chef, Lion, it was nice, fellas. Those in the comments.
Right.
Thanks for all the likes, all the shares, all the comments, everything. We appreciate it. Have a good night. See you on the next one.
Good night.